We recently got the chance to sit down with Blade Runner 2049 director Denis Villeneuve, and naturally had a few questions to ask about his sci-fi epic. We're not talking about big, chewy, philosophical questions. We made the man get nerdy. Here are the 9 questions we wanted answered most after watching Blade Runner 2049.
I had your job. I was good at it. It was simpler then.
We know that Deckard and Rachel made contact with Resistance replicants while on the run, but both had been on the right side of the law beforehand. So how did they meet them? Villeneuve says that Deckard's old job meant he was close to the world of criminals. He knew which door he needed to knock on to find people who could help him and protect Rachel without ever getting the police involved.
The world is built on a wall that separates kind.
We know that a digital blackout has erased swathes of human history, but it's not clear how widespread an event that is in the film. For Villeneuve, it's worldwide, or at least widespread enough that it's changed humans' relationship with the digital world.
He named you. Must be special.
Wallace's murderous PA, Love, is often seen shedding a single tear in her most terrifying moments. So what is it that sets her off? To use Villeneuve's words, it's that, emotionally, she's a bit f***ed up. A combination of a sheltered emotional existence in the Wallace Corporation alongside an Oedipus complex regarding her creator leaves her emotional patterns stunted and misfiring. Her tears are there to show the audience how this designed being is as fragile as she is frightening.
Well, let us see her then.
How did Niander Wallace go blind? Was it a workplace accident? An out-of-control replicant? Was love involved? In fact, it's far more prosaic than all that. Villeneuve says he was simply born that way.
You tiny thing.
When Lieutenant Joshie's killed, we see a glass crushed into her hand, to which she barely reacts. Given the Blade Runner series' preoccupation with uncertainty over who's human and who's replicant, is this a clue that she's not the human we took her to be? As it turns out, no, it's quite the opposite. Villeneuve sees her refusal to cry out as her final proof of humanity, keeping her dignity until the bitter end, but he's very happy that people took it differently.
We all wish it was us. That's why we believe.
Kay's discovery that he's not the child of Rachel leads Resistance leader Fraser to say, "We all thought we were the child." So does that mean that every Resistance member has had Kay's horse toy memory implanted to lead them there? Villeneuve says no, and that it's used in a more abstract sense. Every replicant in the Resistance has heard the legend of a replicant child, but Kay remains unique in how he discovered it.
Says the girl died there. Genetic disorder. Galatian syndrome.
Kay discovers that the fake twin of Anna had died from Galatian syndrome. But what is that invented disease? It turns out this is a question even Villeneuve can't fully answer. Galatians is the creation of screenwriter Michael Green, and Villeneuve hadn't asked what it entailed, but he insists that everything Green invents has a reasoning behind it, and that Green would know if we asked.
I do hope you're satisfied with our product. I love you.
Why didn't Love just kill Kay when she kidnapped Deckard? Well, apart from the obvious problem the story would have had without a lead character, Villeneuve explained that a scene featuring Love doing a lot more damage to Kay had to be cut because it was way too violent. With it intact, her decision to leave him for dead would have made a little more sense. Probably our nerdiest question of all. If those bees Kay spots are the only living things in the desert, what are they living off of? Villeneuve is a step ahead. Look closely at the scene and you'll notice that not all of those objects are beehives. Villeneuve and his production designer invented bee feeder machinery to bat away pedants like me, in the process adding a touch more science to the fiction. And finally, the big one. So is Deckard a replicant or what?
Too many questions.
Fair enough. If you enjoyed that rundown of the nerdiest elements of Blade Runner, maybe you want to get even nerdier by reading our review, or reading our rundown of why it became our film of the year for 2017.